Hi, welcome to ShowMeTheCurry.com. I'm Hital.
I'm Anuja, and today we're going to show you how to make a soup, a Thai soup called Tom Kha. You can either make it vegetarian or you can add shrimp or chicken to it, and it's a very light, wonderful flavored coconut soup. So let's get started.
It's my favorite, actually. Very comforting. So it's a fairly simple recipe. We have a small pot over here, and we're going to be using coconut milk. So we have 1 can of coconut milk, and this is about a 14-ounce can. And to the coconut milk, we're going to dilute it with 2 cups of water. And we're going to turn our stove on to a medium, and we're going to let this come to a boil.
So while that's heating up, here's a few other things that we have to add in. Here's galangal, which is a relative of the ginger family, but it doesn't taste anything like it, really, honestly.
I don't think so. A lot of people say you can substitute ginger, but there's no substituting that flavor.
And it's very hard. Unlike ginger, it's very, very hard. So we're going to just take a few slices.
Not kidding when we say it's hard.
It's a good workout, really.
So Tom Kha, of course, is Thai soup, and the kha in the Tom Kha is actually what they call the galangal. So it's a really nice flavor, and basically it gets boiled into this mixture and release that flavor.
All right. Whew. Got my workout. It's about 6 pieces. And we're going to add that to the soup.
Now, if you're new to Thai cooking and or if you're serving this to somebody who's not had Thai food, at least warn them that this is not something that's to be eaten. It's going to release all the flavor and it's going to sit to the side. Even though you serve it with it in there, not to eat.
And here's lemongrass. We used part of it for another dish. This is what it really looks like. And we've taken out the outer layer, and we're just using the inside part of it. And you just take a pestle off the mortar pestle, and we just kind of bash it up a little bit. So that kind of helps release the flavor, and you're just going to make about 1 inch or so pieces of it. And again, just like the galangal, it's again not eaten, it's just for the flavoring. So that's why you make bigger pieces and add it to the soup. The last thing that goes in is the lime rind, or the zest of a lime. Try and get longer pieces so that you can pull it out and you don't end up eating it. Oh, can you smell it? It smells gorgeous, very fresh.
So the traditional recipe calls for lime leaves, and again, it's such a wonderful flavor to those lime leaves that it's hard to replace it. But unfortunately, it's hard to find them. We couldn't get our hands on some lime leaves. This is a good substitute if you don't have them.
So in it goes. And here's some red chilies. Now this is really to taste. Put in as much as you like. And you're going to keep it whole so that you can pull it out.
So it looks like our soup has already come to a boil, and once it does that, we can just give it a good mix, and we're going to let this boil and continue boiling actually for about 15 minutes and let all those flavors infuse.
So while the soup is boiling, we've gone ahead and prepped up all our veggies. We've got a stalk of green onions or spring onions over here, 1 tomato chopped into cubes. We've got a little bit of mushrooms, again sliced thin, and we have tofu that we've made small cubes so that when you take a bite or a spoonful, you get a little bit of it.
And that's actually extra firm tofu, so it's important to get that and not the silken or the soft tofu.
And we have some beautiful basil, Thai basil. It smells gorgeous. And a little bit of cilantro. And over here we have a can of baby corn. Just baby corn in a can is just easier, and we've got the small kind. They come in small, medium, large. So here's the small kind. We've got some thinly sliced bamboo shoots, and we have some straw mushrooms. So we've kind of opened up everything. We can just add in as much as we need. And really, if you're making Thai food, a lot of this stuff goes into different things. So if you open up a can, you can make a few dishes.
Exactly. You're not using the full cans in the soup. So just a few pieces of each, really.
and of course salt to taste. And one of the key ingredients that goes into Thai food, and all Thai food has it, is fish sauce. And it's got a very strong flavor. It's got a very unique flavor, and it's something that cannot be replicated. But the closest thing you can come to, it would be soy sauce. So we're avoiding the fish sauce. But if you're okay with that, you can add in fish sauce.
It's supposed to be, it's supposed to be a flavor that is, it's key. It makes the dish.
Yes.
But unfortunately for vegetarians, it's got to do without.
Right. And also actually in Thailand they don't use salt. They use fish sauce for everything. So anyway, so we're just doing it to our taste. So here's soy sauce for us. And here's a very key ingredient again, is palm sugar. And it comes in a bottle like this, or in little packets, and little plastic packets, see-through packets, and it looks like a little disc. Very cute.
Cute, yeah. And it's available at most of the Asian stores. So you don't actually find it at regular grocery stores, but easily available at the Asian stores.
Right, and I think the closest thing, if you can't find this, would be either jaggery for us, or brown sugar.
Absolutely.
But we found this, so all you have to do is take a disc and just grate it. We're going to use this to taste, so again, it really cannot unfortunately give you a quantity on that.
So our soup has been boiling for about 15 minutes, and this is the perfect time to add some of our flavoring in there. So we're going to add a little bit of salt, we're going to add the soy sauce, and we're going to add the palm sugar. Those three things, a nice combination of flavors in there, and test it out before we carry on with the rest of the process.
A little bit of soy sauce. Now you don't want to add a whole lot because it won't be white anymore, and we want to retain the color of the soup.
Salt.
And some palm sugar.
And mix that up. So once you get the soup for a perfect balance of flavors, you want the right amount of sweetness, you want the right amount of salt in there, and soy sauce. Now lime juice is coming at the end, so that'll finish off the balance of flavors. But once it's like you like it, this is a good time to add chicken if you're going to make this a non-vegetarian soup. You can use cubed chicken breasts, or you can use shrimp. Whatever you like, you add it in at this point and let it cook.
And since we're not doing that, we're going to add in some of our veggies. Here's some baby corn. It's a favorite. So we've just cut them through the center, and if you can make smaller pieces if you like. And here's some bamboo shoots and some straw mushrooms. And now we're ready for the tofu, the tomatoes, and the mushrooms.
So since most of our veggies can be eaten raw, we don't really have to cook them for a long time. It's just going to heat it all through and incorporate all the flavor inside.
And we'll also take a few of the basil leaves and just tear them up and put them in there.
And our soup is simmering. It looks so beautiful. This is a great time now to add our lime juice. And the soup is a little on the sour side.
And the last thing we add in is spring onions.
And we can switch off the stove, and it's ready to serve.
Awesome, it looks fantastic, and all that's left is to garnish with basil and some cilantro. I'm just going to put a little bit of that and a little bit of cilantro.
That is so yummy
ready
looking.
To dig into, yeah.
So enjoy your Tom Kha Thai soup, and join us again on another episode of ShowMeTheCurry.com.
Adding a pinch of spice to your life.